I am going to quickly talk you through how the fight phase works, particularly around fight first, which can be confusing for new players. I have the Battleotron, which will definitely behave, because rather than just talk about it with words alone, this obviously makes more sense with images. So in this example, you are playing the Eldari, and I'm playing Genestealer Cult. It is your turn, and you have the Howling Banshees charge my Acolytes, which has a Locust in the squad, and your Storm Guardians charge the remaining Metamorphs. We also have an ongoing combat between some of my Neophytes and your Dire Avengers. What order do our units fight in? In the steps of the fight phase, players alternate selecting eligible units from their army one at a time, starting with units that can fight first, and starting that part with the player whose turn is not taking place. So it's in this order. We alternate units, starting with fights first, not taking their turn, then taking their turn and fights first, alternate until all of those are done, then the player not taking their turn chooses a unit, then the player taking their turn, alternate back and forth until all those units are done. So in our game here, this is the order that attacks take place. My Locust has the fight first ability on his index card, and as part of an attached unit, the whole unit, Locust and Acolytes, get fight first. The Banshees also have fight first on their data card, and units that complete a charged move this turn also gain fight first. This is the most common benefit of charging, TM. So of the 6 units on the board, 3 of them have fight first. This Acolyte unit, the Banshees, and the Storm Guardians. This is just an example situation, you don't need to comment, why would anyone take Storm Guardians? Shush, this is a learning time. As my turn is not taking place, I go first with one of my units that can fight first. It doesn't matter that the Banshees have fight first on their card, and also got fight first from charging, there is no such thing as double fight first. They just have fight first. My Locust and Acolytes attack the Banshees, completing the steps on pages 33 to 35 of the main rules, and kill 2 Banshees. It is now over to you, and you can choose either of your units with fight first, the Storm Guardians or the Banshees. Unlike in earlier editions of 40k, you don't fight back immediately once attacked. This is a lot more like Age of Sigmar now, where you choose a unit to activate, so you don't have to pick the Banshees. Do not get sucked into the routine of fighting back, because you'll put yourself at a disadvantage. In this example it won't actually matter, but what would matter is if the Metamorphs also had fight first, you wouldn't want to be fighting with your Banshees that have nothing else to threaten them this phase, when the Guardians have yet to attack. So you choose the Storm Guardians, and they wipe out the Metamorphs. As the Guardians are not within 3 inches of an enemy unit, or within 3 inches of an objective, they don't consolidate. So it is back to me, my activation. However, I have no more units at this fight first step. So it is you again, and you have to choose the unit of Banshees as the only other unit that has fight first. The Battleotron is kind of acting up and doesn't want to take tokens off, so let's just say in this example, the Banshees missed all of their attacks. It happens. So we move on to the next step. The player not taking their turn attacks with one of their units that does not have fight first. So, my Neophytes. They attack the Dire Avengers, and they do nothing with their tiny knives. I couldn't pick the Acolytes again because you can only activate a unit once per fight phase. They will get to fight again in my coming fight phase in my turn, but all of this is happening in your, the Eldari player, fight phase. Now comes the final step. The player whose turn is taking place fights with a unit that does not have fight first. The Dire Avengers fight, and thanks to a recent errata, they are now equipped with close combat weapons. So they kill 4 Neophytes, and apparently also crash the Battleotron. Well, that should be it. The fight phase and fight first explained. If you have questions or think I missed anything, get in the comments! And my usual commenters would already have commented something along the lines of, the most unrealistic thing in this video is you taking Metamorphs in a Genestealer Cult list. Why did you do that? I will explain in a future video. The next video for you is explaining how you can shoot into combat, or you can check out the playlist I have of quick rules interactions explained. My darlings and viewers, I will see you there.